Read next Bunny Rabbit and the Dogs Bunny Rabbit and the Barking Dogs. Once upon a time, there was a curious little girl named Alice. One sunny afternoon, she was sitting by the riverbank feeling very bored. Suddenly, she saw a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch. The rabbit hurried past her, muttering, "Oh dear! Oh dear, I shall be late." Alice, being very curious, decided to follow the rabbit. She ran after him, and to her surprise, the rabbit hopped into a hole in the ground. Without thinking, Alice jumped in too. Down, 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 she fell into a strange and wonderful world. When Alice landed, she found herself in a hallway with many doors. She wanted to see what was on the other side of the doors, but they were all locked. On a little table, Alice found a tiny bottle labeled "Drink Me." She took a sip, and suddenly she shrank down to only the size of a bottle. But then she saw a key on the table, and she could now fit through one of the doors. Beyond it was a beautiful garden, but Alice was too big to get through. She found a cake labeled "Eat Me" and decided to take a bite. After eating it, Alice grew bigger and bigger. This was just the beginning of Alice's strange adventures in Wonderland. She met talking animals like a Cheshire cat who always smiled and gave confusing advice. She played croquet with the Queen of Hearts, a very bossy ruler who shouted, "Off with their heads!" whenever she was angry. Alice also met a hatter and a March hare who were always having a mad tea party. They were so strange that Alice wasn't sure what was real anymore, and when she asked the Cheshire cat for directions, he told her, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there." Through it all, Alice learned that Wonderland was a world where nothing made sense. But in the end, she found that being curious, brave, and asking questions could help her find her way. Finally, after a wild adventure, Alice woke up and realized that all of it had just been a dream. But she was glad for the fun and mystery it had brought her. And so, Alice's adventure in Wonderland ended, but she would never forget the magic and the strange creatures she met along the way.